to the OMG Hour.
And welcome everybody to episode number 275 of the OMG Hour. I, of course, am your host, Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zientane.
And I'm Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing today?
Jeff,
I'm good. That's good.
No, you're not. You're not good at all.
We're better than you. Better than you right now. Tico, Mr. Second Place, also here, not quite as sick as Jeff is.
In an empty room. We are recording this, by the way, live on November 23rd, 2017. Tico, your room is looking rather empty.
Yes, so that's how I'm moving offices finally. I know it's been talked about many a time, but it's actually mostly done.
You promised us that when you were done, you would have an office that looked better than mine and Jeff's.
When I am done, yes.
Well, Jeff is no longer in an office.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if I can top, full kitchen.
Right?
That's my kitchen. My dishes are over my shoulder over here from dinner that I forgot to put away before, so that's embarrassing.
Jeff used to broadcast from an office. He has not.
Yes.
My office is now a storage room. Yeah, my office is now a storage room, so... Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome, gents. Welcome. I think we should start with, of course, our advertisement for Tico for Trending Gamer 2017.
Oh, yes.
Yes, make it happen.
Jeff, since your voice is failing you today, I'll go through your fun facts this week. So we've got 3 more fun facts for you. Fun fact number 2. Tico has never run out of lives or needed to use a continue. Trending Gamer 2017.
That's right.
True.
I want to meet Shickhead. Make it happen.
Fun fact number 3. In Super Mario Bros. 3 for Nintendo Entertainment System, you and I receive an extra life for every 100 coins we collect. Tico gets an extra life for every single coin on the screen, regardless of whether he collects it or not.
Right.
That's powerful.
Right.
That's powerful.
It's impressive. It's an impressive skill he has.
It's not easy, but I make it work.
And finally, for this week, fun fact number 4, Tico for Trending Gamer 2017, cloud storage is a direct result of Tico's gaming habits. He plays so many games that there is no single hard drive capable of storing his massive amounts of saves. Bill Gates personally committed to solving this for him.
Yeah. That one's actually true. He actually put his humanitarian stuff on hold to take care of this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tico,
if
you want more
gamer.
If you want to know more facts about Tico, you can follow me on Twitter, because that's where I'm posting these on my Twitter.
Excellent. So I
did more tweeting in the last week than I have in the last 6 months.
I think you have.
At 3.
It's for a good cause, though. A great cause.
For a good cause.
And those were your 3 tweets. So
that's it. Yeah,
that's pretty epic.
I haven't even checked to see if anybody's responded to me. Actually, should probably do that. All right, let's move on. What do we got today? What do we got going on?
Jeff, why don't you tell us about the amazing, fantastic, wonderful game you played on the Nintendo Switch?
Oh, yeah. It had a weird name. What was it called again? Mantis
Burn Racing. And Jeff is going to spew his guts at the moment. For those of you not watching, Jeff is convulsing with coughs because he's gotten sick again. This would not be the OMG Hour if Jeff didn't get sick at least once a year and hardly be able to talk.
Okay, so I have been playing Mantis Burn Racing for the Nintendo Switch. Code provided by... I don't know, somebody. I got it in my email. I'm not really sure how they found me. I just showed up one day.
I signed you up for it, my friend.
Oh, did you sign me up for it? Okay.
I did,
yes. So you have him to thank for that.
I was really surprised because normally when I get a code in my email, Sean lets me know ahead of time. This one just sort of magically showed up.
Yeah, I didn't. I signed us both up for it, or I think all 3 of us, but I guess you're the only one who got one, so good for you.
Lucky me. Okay, so Mantis Burn Racing is, believe it or not, a racing game on the Nintendo Switch. Not sure if I said that. And it's unlike most other racing games in so much that it is you're looking down on the track.
Oh,
and
okay. Like rock and roll
like
racing.
Like rock and roll racing or micro machines
Right.
or that like really old style of doing racing games.
Yeah.
Off-road?
It's off-road. There's a lot of drifting involved. There's a lot of like, you sort of scoot around corners. So far, all the races have only been 4 cars. So it is definitely...
Yeah, which is pretty typical for those style games.
Yeah. So, and there's a progression system where you can unlock parts. There's different cars you can take. You earn gears that's equivalent of earning stars. As you progress, the better you do. Like, getting first place is one thing, but then you also have to have a specific lap time or, all that kind of stuff. It's the same sort of stuff that's in that racing game I play in VR all the time that I didn't like until I played it in VR, Gear.Club. Yeah, so here's the thing that gets me about Mantis Burn Racing. And I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I'm damn near approaching 40. I know you guys are much older than me.
Thanks.
I just like to point that out I'm still in my 30s and you guys aren't. For like another 9 months. But whatever. I mean, who's counting besides me all the time? So this kind of game I stopped enjoying a long time ago. You guys know me. It's actually kind of ironic that they sent this arcade racing game to me.
To you, right?
Because I'm the guy that doesn't like arcade racing games. So I don't really love it, to be honest. I find, you know me, I'm all about lap times and precision driving and all that kind of stuff, and this is not that at all. You are skidding around. It's very loose. So it's well made. The graphics are not too bad for an indie game, but I don't love it. I wouldn't say that it is like, oh, this is like the next must-buy game for the Switch.
Right.
It does have all the multiplayer offerings that you could possibly be looking for, but there's a few games coming out, racing games coming out on the Switch now, and the big problem that we have when it comes to this type of game is that if you are a racing game on the Switch, you're competing against Mario Kart, right? And that is sort of like the gold standard on the platform for arcade racing. And if you can't get there, then like save your money and just buy Mario Kart. That's kind of how I feel about this game. Like, it's almost like there's not enough to it to make the racing entertaining because it's so simplistic. Like, yes, you're drifting and it's got a solid challenge to it and all that kind of stuff, but I just feel like if they were going to go arcade, they should have taken it even further to make it a little bit more crazy.
Okay.
Because the game just feels really basic. So, not amazing. I can't really say that I'm gonna super enjoy it, but it is well made. And if you do like that kind of game, then maybe you should check it out. Maybe it's good.
Does your viewpoint change as you're turning? Are you always going forward, or are you top down where you have to adjust which way you're turning based on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it totally
It's
top
got
down?
different camera modes.
Okay.
It's so the default camera sort of turns with you, so you're always facing up.
Okay.
But it's more intelligent than that. Excuse me. But then you can also have it so it's fixed, like it's fixed on the map, so that it's just following you around the map and you're going. Like I think there's 4 different camera modes maybe.
I hate that camera mode because then you have to translate what you're seeing into which way you have to turn.
Yeah.
And
no, I played with all the camera modes, and then I stuck with the default camera. The default camera was the best of all of them, I think.
Which is behind you?
It's not really behind you. It's still above you.
Well, yes.
But slightly behind?
You know what I mean? But you're always going forward.
Yeah, you're always going forward, yeah.
Okay.
But it's very, very high up, like those old like rock and roll racing games
sure.
and micro machines and stuff.
I remember rock and roll racing with my best friend. That was an awesome game. It's so good.
It's a great game.
Yeah. So, speaking of racing games, I also played a racing game for the Nintendo Switch this week.
What?
Right? 2 racing games? What's up with that? So, I played a game called Gear.Club Unlimited. And this is a little bit more your style, Jeff, but not quite... It's not quite Forza. Doesn't have, like, the perfect sim like Forza. It's an old school, you know, map. You choose your races along the map. You open up as you finish each race and you earn stars. You can then unlock more courses and more races. Graphically, like for the Switch, this is actually
looks really good.
Really good looking racing game.
Looks really good.
Yeah. And you can customize your cars, like right down to you can customize your spoiler, but then do like different mods on that spoiler or your you know, each element. If you put a new hood on, you can then kind of tweak the different areas of the hood if you want it open in the middle and then vents on the side type thing. So a lot of mod capabilities. As you go through and you make money, you actually have a garage that you can expand and add more areas in it. So a painting area or a mod area or like all these different areas you can add to it. They even have like just decorations. Like you want to put a vending machine in your garage. You can buy a vending machine and place it in your garage. You know, imagine sort of an Animal Crossing, you know, for racing,
sure,
for a racing garage. It's literally that kind of thing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's got your typical, you know, Forza style drive line. So it shows you your drive line. It turns green if it's good, yellow or red if you're going too fast. So it is sim-like, Jeff, but not. I wouldn't call it Forza quality simming.
It's got some good stuff here that I'm seeing. It's got a racing line.
Yes.
So that's a big plus. It's got a rewind feature, which is actually a big plus.
That's right.
I think the big thing for me is that I always look for real-world tracks, right?
Gotcha.
I want to race on my racetracks that I know that I've been racing on for my whole gaming career. But I mean, yeah, this looks. We're driving on the grass. Is that grass?
No, it's a rally race. No, it's a rally. Yeah, so there's rally races as well. I wanted to get kind of a shot of both styles of racing that I've done so far in the game. I've played it for a couple of hours. It handles really well, though I do find that the steering is a little sensitive.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I don't find I have that just fine control. I feel like I'm like jerking to kind of stay where I want to go instead of just smoothly staying within the lines type thing.
Do you have to brake?
Yes. Yeah, there is. Okay. There's definitely braking if I want to slow down. If I'm going too fast, I can either let go of the gas or hit the brake, right? And there's definitely the rewind feature in Gear Club is a lot different than Forza. Where Forza, you press the button, you go back, well, like a few seconds, and then it stops. Yeah. You can go back further if you want. This gives you a timeline that you just slide, almost like watching a movie.
Oh, neat.
You slide the timeline to where you want to go and then continue. So it's a little bit different there. You do get a bonus, however, at the end of every race if you never use your rewind during that race.
Sure.
Different difficulty levels. You can set your assists, right? So you can say...
Really?
Yeah, you can set your steering assist, your drifting assist. Yeah, there's different assists you can change to make it either more difficult or easier for yourself. Then you can also set the AI difficulty. If you're finding it really easy and you're winning every level, you can actually increase the difficulty of the AI to make it more of a challenge. So it's it's got a lot of great stuff in it, and for a mobile racing game, this is solid. It looks good, it plays good, and it is huge. Like when I say there's a map that you open up, I'm talking there are areas that don't open up until you have like 500 stars. Okay, and the max you can get from each race is 3 stars. So imagine, how many races is that? Like 150 or more races at least before you can even open up another section?
And it's only $45 too. That's not bad.
Yeah. As a racing game, if you're looking for a really good mobile racing game for the Switch, really, really good game, Gear.Club Unlimited. It is solid. I would highly recommend it.
Cool.
For sure. And in other Switch news, I think I might need help, guys.
Yeah, you got a little bit of an addiction there, don't you?
Yeah, I think I might need some help because I've been playing Skyrim on the Switch.
Really?
And, for those of you watching on YouTube right now, check out these awesome sniper shots with my bow and arrow. I could not believe I made these shots from this far away. It was it was so good. I can't tell you how amazing Skyrim plays on the Switch. It is unbelievable.
I know exactly where this is.
Yeah, this is near the beginning.
Yeah.
This is near the beginning. I think I'm 12 hours into the game right now. I've been playing it non-stop. This game has taken over my week from Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
I'm like, what's going on?
I think it's important to point out, too, that this was not a publisher-provided copy. This
No.
was a Sean making a financial decision to go out and buy this.
I made a purchase.
What number?
This is my 5th copy of Skyrim.
Now, let me ask you this one important question. Is it worth it?
Yes. Seriously, no. I am not even kidding when I say that. It is absolutely worth picking up again on the Switch. It is so well done. The graphical, I guess the things they had to cut back on it to make it work on the Switch, hardly even noticeable, honestly. Like, you don't notice anything wrong as you're playing. You know, I notice things like far away things don't render, like when you're looking off into the distance, you get like the flat grounds, you don't see too many trees, you know. I would say this plays as good, if not better, than the Xbox 360 era version. You know, they have some of the special edition stuff put into it, you know, but not everything. Obviously, the Switch can't handle like everything the PS4 or Xbox One can.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I am honestly and without a doubt completely addicted to Skyrim again, playing it on the Switch. There's something, I don't know, magical about playing it on the Switch again, playing it anywhere, taking it around. Like I enjoy just pulling it out. I'm upstairs, you know, the girls are watching TV. I'm like, okay, great. No problem. I'm not going to kick them off because I want to play Assassin's Creed. No, I'll go upstairs and I'll play some Skyrim on my Switch because it is so good. It is so good.
See, here's the thing. Hold on, I have to prepare myself to talk. Here's the thing. I think that I'm going to skip the Switch version. I have the super mega version for PlayStation 4.
Right.
But the VR edition is coming soon.
It's already out.
Yeah.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay, there you go.
same launch day, I think.
Okay, I have heard nothing good about the VR version.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to buy it at full price.
No,
But I would
agree
love
that.
to actually be in that world in VR.
I agree. I do too. I don't want to pay full price for VR. If it comes down really cheap sometime or somehow, if somehow I can get a copy of it for cheap, yes, I would absolutely want to experience it. But I don't think I'll put as much time into the VR version as I am on the Switch version.
Fair, and me too. But I still want to experience that world in VR.
Yes, I'm totally with you there. But
And
I am.
it is. Let me just say one thing.
Yeah.
It is a Bethesda game, and Bethesda games go on sale a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I was actually hoping for this one to be on sale today or tomorrow.
The Black Friday sale on the Switch store is awful. I don't even know why they bought it.
There are no Black Friday sales for the Switch. I think 1, 2,
Yes,
3.
there is.
1, 2, 3. What's it called? Switch 1, 2, 3 is on sale.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of games on sale.
Oh, okay. In the store, I haven't looked on the store. I was looking at advertisements from Nintendo, and there was.
Yeah, I think that's what I was looking at. Too.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything listed there. So.
Yeah. There's a ton, but none of it's any good.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Right. Oh, I Am Setsuna, I think, is on sale.
Oh,
yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it is.
It's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG, old school. So anyway, yes, I'm playing Skyrim, and I am absolutely adoring it. I'm having so much fun, doing this sneaky assassin kind of a build, like just making sure my archery is way up, and I've got high-level bows, and I'm taking guys out from long distances. I'm just having fun trying to do those long shots, and of course now with the cinematic, right? Sometimes you get the long shot cinematic, and you just watch the arrow flying through the air and in slow motion. Last night, I did one of those, and I thought, oh, awesome, I'm going to record this. Nintendo now has a 30-second video clip saver, and you can go and edit the clip and share it, which is I've been doing for Skyrim with my sneaky shots. But last,
You know what's funny though? That doesn't work in every game.
no, it doesn't. The game has to support
weird.
it.
Yeah,
It's not a
weird.
system thing. The game itself has
Yeah.
to support the capability.
Sorry.
So
go ahead.
last night I had this long shot, and it followed the arrow, and I'm like, "Oh, awesome! I'm gonna get a scene. I'm gonna save it." It's following the arrow all the way across this huge courtyard, and just as the arrow's gonna hit the guy walks away, and the arrow just goes off into the distance.
Oh.
What? You did a cinematic for a miss? That was... Burn.
But it was an epic myth. You posted that one, I hope?
I didn't actually. I was
on.
so dumbfounded that it did one of a cinematic for a miss. Usually it's when it's like a critical hit, right? That's when
Yeah.
it does it. But wow. No, the guy walks away, the arrow goes right by him. It's like, I can't believe you just did that, stupid Skyrim. But yes, send help, because I'm playing Skyrim again, and I'm loving it.
By help, he means additional funds so we can purchase more Skyrim.
Or like a battery charger, so he can
Yeah.
just keep playing.
That's right. That's right. Okay, gents, let's talk a bit about Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which just came out this week. Mobile version of Animal Crossing. Everyone was excited about this.
I was not excited.
I
Well-
was also not excited.
A lot of
But-
people were excited. I mean, Animal Crossing's a big game. Very popular. My girls love
It is.
it. I love playing
It's a
Animal
great game.
Crossing. It is.
On the 3DS.
Yes, on the 3DS, originally on the Wii. A lot of people wanted it on the Wii U. I would love one on the Switch. For some reason, they thought it would be best to be on mobile.
Well, different division makes their mobile stuff, so
Yeah, well, I want a new Animal Crossing on Switch. But anyway,
it'll come.
so at first I kind of liked it. Okay, it feels like Animal Crossing. You're doing the things. You're talking to the animals. You're doing quests for them. You're collecting bugs and fish and fruits, and you can sell them, and then you can visit your friends. But the more I played the game and the more I read it, actually there's a really scathing review about the game on Ars Technica. Nintendo has added so much microtransactions in your face. Every time you turn around, it's reminding you, oh, by the way, you can buy stuff. Oh, by the way, if you want to use this, it takes this many tickets. Now it gives you tickets, but if you run out of tickets, Leaf tickets, you can buy them for real money. Right? And it never stops reminding you about that. Not only that, but it actually takes the relaxing element of Animal Crossing completely away.
It's timed goals.
Every day there's new challenges to do. The timed goals are okay. It's sort of it's a daily quest thing, right? But what it does is Animal Crossing has always been about go into your town, do what you want, go around, plant some stuff, pull the weeds. Oh, there's a bug, pull out your net and go try to catch it. Oh, I see a fossil, let's dig up the fossil. It's kind of like make your own story. It's a go around, it's like a Minecraft, if you will. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They've completely taken that away now, because being on the mobile, it's now got that energy sort of mentality to it, where there's only so many fish you're going to catch that day. There's only so many bugs you're going to catch that day. There's only so many pieces of fruit you're going to be able to get off the trees until they grow back. And in order to go to these sections to do them, you have to go to a different area in the map. You have to transport over to the seaside to catch fish. Then you have to transport or drive over to where the bugs are, drive to the forest. It's not just one big town or one big area. So, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on the game right now. Now, Jeff, you said you tried it today. Or yesterday.
I did, or yesterday. Yeah. I got bored. I just stopped playing. So I didn't even really see too much of that stuff. I loved Animal Crossing on... Maybe I even played it on the DS. Maybe it was
Could be,
that
yeah.
long ago.
It was on the DS and 3DS.
Yeah, I think I actually played it on the DS, yeah. I played that game quite a bit, and it was fine. It was a very relaxing game. It's sort of a pointless game that you just play until you get bored. So, I don't know. Nintendo's mobile efforts have never impressed me. So, and the only reason I started playing it is because Penelope was playing it. Her mom set it up on her phone or something at her place. So, yeah, it's just I don't know. I got bored.
Yeah,
I don't care about that stuff that much.
I think they've kind of. It's too much in your face about Leaf tickets. Buying stuff.
Yeah.
And
I can't. Sorry, hold on.
No, it's fine. Unlocking things with Leaf tickets, just reminding you, by the way, you can buy them. Oh, there's a 72-hour sale. You can buy more tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all those games are like that.
It is for primarily a kids game. I hate that stuff. But also I hate those kind of games in general. But at the same time, I guess if Nintendo wants to make a free-to-play game, then they have to put in some of that kind of stuff, right? Because they spent the money to make it, so now they've got to make money off it. So how else would they do it? I don't know.
The Super Mario Run was not a free-to-play game. You got 3 levels for free, and if you liked it, you paid for it. I would rather pay for this game and have an actual Animal Crossing game on the mobile.
Actually, and that's one of the things that really bugged me about this was that in the game description, they don't call it free-to-play. They call it free-to-start.
Free to start.
Traditionally,
exactly.
Yeah. Traditionally, when Nintendo says free to start, it's exactly that. You get a little bit of the game up front, and then you get to buy it to unlock the rest of the game. But this is not free to start. This is like old school free to play BS. That's what this is.
Exactly. So, I will probably jump in each day and do a couple of like the time quests.
Oh, you sucker! No. You sucker!
I'm never going to sink money into this. I will never pay for something in this game. Let me put it that way. I will jump in. I'll do a few quests, which I like doing. Collecting stuff and then going and talking to the animals and just delivering. It's quests, daily quests. And then when that's done, I'm done. Next day, I'll come back and I'll do it again. But I will never pay money on this game. I'll never give them money for it unless it's a actual pay-to-play game.
Or a Skyrim skin or something.
Shut up. Shut up, Tico.
Sorry.
Okay, Tico, tell us what you played. I bet you played something so much better than this.
So, all right. So I've played a few games. So the first one is 8-Bit Adventures Anthology. I think it's called 8-Bit Adventures Anthology.
How many bits are in this game?
4 bits. Well, it's actually there's 3 games in here, so I think they've divided the 8 bits amongst all of them.
Okay. All right.
So
about 2.5 bits each?
About 2.5.
I'm counting the colors right now. Calm down. I'll tell you how many bits it is.
So this is Volume 1 Anthology. This includes 3 games from the mid-'80s. The Uninvited. What are the other 2 called? Deja Vu.
Yes.
And Shadowgate.
That's right.
Is the third one. It is basically a point-and-click adventure game. You read your little stuff. I guess it's cleaned up a little bit from original. I don't remember exactly how it looks.
I think originally these games would not have been point-and-click. These would have been type in what you want to do. Remember those games, those adventure? You had to actually type, go to door, go north. Look at
text adventures.
Yeah, look at key. Yeah, this is based on a text
these ones here
adventure.
may have been mouse and keyboard.
Oh, could be, yeah.
It does not translate great to a controller. I'll say that.
I bet it wouldn't. Yeah.
Because obviously you have to click the action you want to do on everything. So you're like, oh, there's a sword there. I want to grab it. So you click the sword. It's like, what do you want to do with this sword? I'm like, I want to take this sword.
I want to take it.
And then
give it to me.
Then so you have to go down, click take, then back up to the sword, and then I want to take that other thing that's on the screen too. Go back down, click take again, go back up, click the thing. So it is fun. It's a fun, neat story. You die in a lot of very fun and interesting ways. That is basically what the game does. Is you can die in a bunch of different ways depending on which version. Like I got eaten by alligators in the sewer.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And what happens then? Do you have to start again, or?
So the consequences of dying are not that great. It's actually just takes you back one previous room to the room that you went into where you died. So and it is there. You can save at any point. There is a save button. It'll save exactly where you are at any point. But it is much different to the sort of point and click adventures of today, where if you sit there on the screen going, I don't know what the heck to do. you know, and so eventually in the new ones now, like a little thing will start glowing, just like click over here, or like you can move the mouse around the thing, and like, oh, the mouse cursor's gone around the thing. Oh, it changed when I hovered over that door. I must have to click on that door.
None of that in this.
Nope. No, very easy to not know what you're supposed to take. There's stuff in the game that you don't need, that you could pick up and you put into your inventory. But it is fun. It's just, I find it very frustrating, the back and forth with using the controller on there.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen some of these things mapped to, you know, buttons, something like that. It's like, oh, look, just press the X button to look, or something along those lines, instead of having to go back, click, back and forth, back and forth.
Maybe they should have integrated Kinect in this.
Maybe they should have released this game in 1994 when this kind of thing was popular.
Or 1987 when they were originally made. Oh, wait, they already did.
85, 86, and 87, I think, were the 3 games.
I don't know.
It is fun to do. It takes time, so you're really having to sit there back and forth. Number of times I kept clicking on things, and then I have to read the whole message which says, "Oh no, I can't do that. I have to move on to do something. Like I have to click something else." It was a little frustrating, but
all right,
it's okay.
If you love 8-bit adventures, is it worth getting, or is it?
If you enjoy these things, I mean, I don't know if it's remastered or not, because I can't honestly remember what it looked like in the 80s.
There's no remastering here, no. This is pretty much it.
I know it looks like it's a little clearer than it might have been. I don't know. Maybe I'm just picturing that it might be a little clearer than it would have been.
Of course, it's clearer. Your TV is clearer.
Maybe that's it.
It's not a CRT anymore.
Maybe that's it. If you enjoy this sort of thing, these sort of text adventures, point-and-click adventures, it's a fun thing. But if you don't like the back and forth with the controller, it's going to drive you nuts.
Yeah, it looked like it would be. Yeah. All right. Tell me about Lego Marvel Superheroes 2.
Lego Marvel. So there is another Lego game. Well, believe it or not,
Lego games will be forever.
Yes,
Jeff, you can sleep now if you'd like, Jeff.
I might actually. I'm super tired. I'm done.
So I mean, it's your standard Lego game. 240 some odd characters.
Oh my goodness.
Have been added to this one, so you get all the Guardians of the Galaxy. There's the Thor Ragnarok stuff, so it ties into all the latest movies. It's a separate storyline. Kang the Conqueror is a time-traveling conqueror, and he is...
You don't say.
Listen, these guys get nicknames for a reason. And he's trying to take over the world, so he's basically brought a whole bunch of different worlds from different universes together into a place, so you're basically just trying to stop Kang the Conqueror, playing through as a bunch of different Marvel characters. So
this is a brand new story then?
This is a brand new story told just for this. So you're not following any of the movies or anything like that. It is a brand new story based off of. I think it follows it's following the first Lego Marvel superheroes.
Okay.
Question: Is there a big open world city like the first game?
There are mini hub worlds, but not a big open world city. No, not that I found yet.
Okay.
At least.
Who is the stretchy girl that you're playing right now?
Wonder Girl.
Never heard of her.
She has the same powers, it seems, as Mr. Fantastic.
Well, isn't that just fantastic?
Yeah, and that is She-Hulk and Spider-Man that are teaming up. So you have three heroes at once.
All heroes from across all of Marvel, basically, is in this.
240 of them, so there are quite a few. There are a few of the more obscure ones. You do have, obviously, due to the tie-ins to the movies and stuff like that, you have your Guardians of the Galaxy are all in here. Black Panther, because his movie is coming out soon. Thor and Hulk from the Ragnarok stuff.
Sure.
So they do have stuff tied into that as well.
Excellent. So you love Lego games? I
love Lego games, and I really just there are some new mechanics and stuff like that. Like not new mechanics. They're not new mechanics. They're new variations of old mechanics, but it doesn't all feel as cut and paste as some of the old ones did, where it's like, oh, just do this. So it is fun, and this is actually a game that I actually really enjoy playing with my daughter. She was super psyched to see that there was a new Lego Marvel Superheroes. This is the game, and I've had to tell her specifically, you're not allowed to play until after Daddy's finished the story.
Otherwise, she'll ruin it for you?
Well, that's what I had on the last one. I was like 98% done, collected characters, everything like that, and she saved over my game.
Yes.
And
Nice.
yeah, so she's not allowed to play number 2 until I'm finished with it, and then she can go and do whatever, because she just doesn't understand the save system well enough to.
She's 6 or 5.
That's not an excuse. She's 6, but that's not an excuse.
All right.
It's totally an excuse, but whatever.
All right, gents. We are well on in time here. I think it's time we move on to the news. So let's do that. All right. Well, we have a couple of updates from last week. First of all, so we talked about Marvel Heroes. It's going away in December. No, wait. It's not going away in December. It's going away tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, Friday and December sound very much alike when you're, if the phone's muffled or something like that.
Yeah. So tomorrow it's dying, but apparently Gazillion, the developer, has laid off their entire staff yesterday, right before Thanksgiving, without severance and without paid time off. So this kind of tells me that the reason why Disney cut ties was there were problems with the company to begin with, it sounds like.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I assumed.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just cut off ties on a game like that. I mean, it's weird, but
for them to to turn around and in the very same week they announce it, they literally lay off the entire company and don't even pay them. That's pretty drastic. That is huge.
Sucks.
And then the game is finished as of tomorrow, Friday.
Servers are off as of that.
A lot of people are getting refunds on anything they've paid. So I would recommend you try and request a refund if you've put money into it, Jeff.
I have.
Yes.
I will.
Request your refund. Depends how much did you put into it? Do you remember?
Probably $50 to $70, somewhere in there.
I would request a refund. I've heard people getting upwards of $200 refunds.
Is this on PC or console?
On console, on PS4 and Microsoft and Xbox.
I've spent money on both PC and PS4, so.
Yeah, I don't know about PC, but because the console is less than 6 months old, they've been issuing refunds up to $200. I heard some people getting back. So.
Now, who is issuing those refunds? Is it the consoles or
Sony?
Yeah, Sony and
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And another update since last week regarding the Battlefront 2 fiasco with microtransactions. So first of all, while we were recording last week, news came out that they decided to stop all microtransactions in Battlefront 2 completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Until a later time.
Temporarily.
Temporarily until they can figure out, a better way to do it. But not only that, but the loot system or the microtransactions in Need for Speed has also been dialed down since all of this came out. So EA is taking a long, hard look at their microtransaction strategies to figure out what's going on, what's going to work, what's going to be fair to the user. That's
easy.
What's that?
Easy.
All
they have to do is microtransactions are okay. Lots of my favorite games have microtransactions. Yeah. The issue with EA games is most EA games are full price titles with pay to win mechanics.
That's right.
Yeah.
You unlock actual things that cause a difference in game with real money.
Right.
You look at Overwatch. Overwatch has an amazing loot box system. Everything in those loot boxes is 100% cosmetic.
Yeah.
So if they can figure out a way to do that, it's tough with Star Wars because there's iconic characters that look very specific ways. But
you can get those through gameplay.
Yeah. But they've buried them behind
that's not what makes it pay to win. If I'm a millionaire and I want to go and buy all the weapons, which are better than the normal weapons, then I can do that because I can just pay to get all those loot boxes. That's what makes it pay to win.
Right. I get that. I get that. Okay. But what I'm saying is the way to fix it, as you're saying, is don't make that available. If you want that better gun, work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can only be available in game, and it can't take 40 hours.
Right. Exactly. 10 hours, drop it down to 10 hours, which I think they did. Sure. Okay, that makes sense. If you're going to play multiplayer constantly, then 10 hours is probably pretty darn doable for most multiplayer gamers.
And Destiny 2, another one of my favorite games, look at their loot boxes. Again, cosmetic only.
It's cosmetic only, exactly. That's how you do it. Where, you're right. EA has always been about pay to win rather than just pay to enhance your cosmetics.
It was the same thing in Mass Effect Andromeda. It was the same thing in Dragon Age. It was the same thing in, I think, every EA game I've played for the longest time. They always put in pay to win stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it. They're going way over the top, and they're doing it on a Star Wars game.
Right.
It's crazy. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. They think they can just get away with it.
Right.
Their stock price went down.
I know.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah, exactly. Before we move on, I just want to do a shout out to Juggler of Geese. He's watching us right now. So hello, Brian. Thanks for joining us.
Hey,
looking forward to seeing you in March or April, beginning of April.
April this year.
Yep. On the same line, hey guys. On the same line of microtransactions and pay to win and loot boxes, you guys are familiar, of course, with Clicker Heroes. I think we've all played it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Clicker Heroes 2 is coming, but they've said they are going to completely ditch the free-to-play aspect of Clicker Heroes 2 for ethical reasons. They're doing a couple of things differently. And I think it's going to be a bit of an experiment for them. So first of all, in Clicker Heroes, right now, if you want extra diamonds to purchase things, you can buy diamonds. You can get them through gameplay, but you can also buy them for real money. And they have found that people have been buying. There are some players, they said, that have actually purchased thousands of dollars worth of diamonds in their game.
Wow.
And they feel like what they've done has created possibly an addiction for some people. And the developer has says, I really hope those people can actually afford the money they've been putting into it, because he says, like, he actually feels bad that maybe people are addicted to that kind of mechanic. He's taking that out of Clicker Heroes 2. No mechanics at all. You will pay for the game outright. It will be $29.95 for the game itself. You have up to 1 year. If you decide you don't think it's worth that money, up to 1 year you can get your money back on it.
$30 US.
Yes.
$30, so 40 Canadian for a Clicker Hero game.
Well, the new Clicker, like, he's done a lot to make it completely different. You know, you can look up. It's still sort of Clicker Heroes. I mean, yes, but it's a different style. They've done something different. It kind of looks cool.
Okay.
It kind of what they've done with it looks kind of cool. But yeah, I agree. Is it worth $30? I don't know. I mean, if he said it's going to be $10, I might be tempted to try it out for $10.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to shell out $30 just to try it. You know,
$30 US.
US, exactly. But the reason I bring it up is I do applaud him for thinking differently than like EA and all these companies that, you know, basically put in all these not loot boxes, because like you said, they're cosmetic, but the what Nintendo's doing even with Animal Crossing. Yeah. If you want more tickets, you buy them with real money because the tickets give you things in the game.
It's basically shortcuts. I mean, it's charging for a shortcut.
It's charging for currency in the game.
Yeah. Well, which is a shortcut so you don't have to wait out a timer.
Exactly.
You don't have to wait till you earn the whatever the reward is on your own. So
exactly. That's right, because they speed up the gameplay. They let things happen faster. I applaud him for thinking that way and trying something new. I don't know what the result of it will be, but I'll be interested to find out if they sell Clicker Heroes 2 enough to actually make money on it. If you did play Clicker Heroes and you're interested, look up the Clicker Heroes 2 launch trailer. It looks kind of cool. They've made it a little more 3D, like an actual scrolling adventure, you know, instead of just one screen at a time.
Yeah.
It's actually a scrolling screen, like a three-dimensional side scroller, you know. Isometric side scroller, and it's you're still playing Clicker Heroes, but it's a 3D isometric scroller, which looks kind of cool.
Yep. It does look really cool. I will give them that. I just watched the trailer. But still,
it's Clicker Heroes.
$40.
$30. I know, right?
For Clicker Heroes.
Right. You know,
that game is not a game; it's a distraction.
Exactly. Again, another game I have never spent money on.
No, me neither.
Right?
No.
But I enjoyed playing the game. I played the game for a long time. Never once paid a penny for it.
What was that clicker game that we used to play that was all like text-based?
Cookie Clicker?
No, before Cookie Clicker.
Text-based. Oh, gosh,
With the castle.
I don't remember. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know these clicker games have been around for a long time, but
that was so fun.
You know, like I said, I applaud him for trying something new, for trying to get away from people being addicted to the game, because I totally see that happening. I can see people getting addicted to stuff like that.
I think we're going to hear a lot about this. There's been a lot in the news this week about different governments from around the world cracking down on addiction and gambling and
exactly.
video games, and like even in the States, which sort of shocked me. Somebody actually said, "Hey, we're going to look into that." What, really?
Yeah.
In America with Trump?
Right.
Really? So I'd be very curious to see what's going to happen in the coming months and years.
Yeah,
so
anyway, okay, this one I like this article because I totally agree with a lot of what this article is saying. The Nintendo Switch is winning because it's good enough.
Is it winning?
Well, it is out right now for the last couple of months. It is outselling all the other consoles.
Well, it's newest console.
Yes, but it is doing really well. Now,
absolutely.
The reason this is a great article. I completely agree with a lot of the things this article says. I believe it is. I believe it's Ben Kuchera. Yes, it is. I like Ben. Anyway, bottom line, he's saying that, yes, things like Skyrim, for example, while the graphics are not PS4, Xbox One quality, the graphics are good enough to get in and enjoy the game for what it is. You know, the graphics
I agree.
in Rocket League, while maybe not as polished as the current consoles, it is enough to get in and play the game smoothly at 60 frames per second. You know, it gives you what you need to play the game. It is proving that graphics isn't everything when it comes to a game. Apparently, Skyrim is selling more. I think he said more than even Super Mario Odyssey on Switch.
Wow!
Because it runs so well. And I mean, it's a big game to begin with. Everybody loves Skyrim, right? Mm-hmm. And I do kind of agree with that, where, yeah, we're seeing things like LA Noire come to it. That's doing really well on the Switch, you know?
Yeah, you just mentioned 2 360 games in a row, but keep going.
Exactly. I know. That's my point. There are ports coming to the Switch that apparently are doing so well that they're selling really well because they are, as he says, good enough to play on the go, to play anywhere. I mean, there were many times. Look at things. Things were made for the Xbox 360 to allow you to take it with you. You remember those cases that had a screen built into it, so that you could play your games.
I still have mine.
Yeah, they were made so that people could essentially do what we're now doing on the Switch: play their games anywhere.
Well, making these things into a portable is ideal. I mean, like, if you half my library of 360 stuff, you told me how you could get that portably on the Switch, I'd be like, yep, sign me up.
Yes, but thank you for saying that, because that brings me to my next point. And Ben says the same thing. There is a slew of past games that would be ripe for porting to the Switch. But while I agree with that statement, what I don't agree with is looking at the Switch as just the portable game. Like the game port system. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to become the system you play game ports on. I would rather see, for example, a new Assassin's Creed game developed for the Switch. Not just Assassin's Creed 4 ported to the Switch, for example.
Sure, absolutely.
I think Assassin's Creed on the Switch would be incredible. But don't give me a remake. Give me a new game. You know, I don't want this to become the game that you just play old 360 games on. Because I think that is, I don't know, it's just, I think it can do better than that. It can do better than that, you know?
It can. I think this is good for them to see that this game, like, because it didn't take as much development time to make Skyrim work on the Switch.
Right.
You know, because the game's already made. So I think this is good for them to see how well it can sell, because now developers will look at this. Well, I can now develop for this and make something like that, and it will sell.
Right.
So it's showing what the system can do, and it's showing gamers what it can do, and it's making people want, you know, new titles like that.
Yes, it's definitely cashing in on the backward compatibility hype. You know, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Red Dead Redemption came out for the Switch now. You know, it'd be huge. Sure. It'd be massive. You know, but like I said,
I wouldn't buy it, but sure.
Yeah, they'd have to fix. You know, I tried playing it on the 360. The controls are just so, they feel old that I had a hard time playing it. They'd have to update the controls for me to play it again. But
that's not the kind of game I want to play in a handheld. That's my thing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But if they brought like Diablo 3 to the Switch, I'd play that again on the Switch.
That's a good.
I like that kind of game, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I like simpler games on my Switch.
But like I said, I don't want the Switch to become the game you just port your old game to.
Yeah.
You know, develop something new for it. You know, it has a touch screen. Use it.
Yeah. And you know what else it has? Really elegant gray Joy-Cons.
No.
The Joy-Cons of real men.
Shut up. No, mine's way over there. I can't even get it. Real men play with the blue and red controllers.
Mine's in my new office.
That's all I'm saying.
Sure it is. We all know what happened. Your wife kicked you out.
Well, no,
all your stuff's on the street, and then you just.
Well, I mean, I've been in here for 45 minutes, so that might have happened at this point. But
yeah, okay. There you go.
All right, let's move on to some Microsoft news, and we haven't talked a lot about HoloLens recently, but this was interesting news. Microsoft is actually being sued over the HoloLens patent infringements. There is a company that in 2006, I believe it was, they had, 2006, that already filed patents for this kind of technology. They approached Microsoft about this to partner with them in 2006, never got a response. They then filed their own patent in 2013, citing HoloTouch's patent. Sorry, Microsoft patented their technology in 2013, you know, citing HoloTouch's patent as prior art. So it's not like they don't know it exists. And then HoloTouch then said it reached out to Microsoft in 2015 and then 2016, basically when HoloLens came out to the public. And they wanted to discuss licensing agreements for their patents. They've had no success, so now they're taking it to the courts. They are suing Microsoft over HoloLens. At first, when I saw this headline, I thought, now you're doing it? Why didn't you do this, 2-3 years ago? They did. They have been approaching Microsoft, for 3 years now, trying to get them to acknowledge the fact that they're infringing on their own patent. And Microsoft is ignoring them.
Well, maybe that's the best way to deal with it. If you just ignore your, credit card bill, it just goes away, doesn't it?
Well, patent law is weird. And I don't want to get into this too deep, not being a lawyer, but I have heard of, sometimes the best thing you can do is actually just ignore them until you have to deal with them in court. And then Microsoft's a big company
with lots of lawyers.
With lots and lots of lawyers.
Yep.
So this kind of stuff is really, really weird, and it's not cut and dry, right? It's not like business follows a code of ethics. Business follows what's best for the pocketbook. And if what's best for the pocketbook is to just completely ignore them and let them take them to court and then fight them in court, and that's going to be better than a licensing deal. I mean, their option is, hey, if we do nothing, then they can take us to court, and then we can try and beat them in court, and then we'll never have to pay anything ever.
True.
Or the entire future of all holograms, we're going to be giving out 1% of all of our income to this company from now until the end of eternity.
Right.
So
yeah, no,
I don't know. I'm just saying,
wait it out.
It's never that cut and dried. There could be really.
Think of it this way. Imagine you borrowed a movie from Blockbuster, and that you're still sitting on your shelf now. You don't owe Blockbuster any money anymore. So maybe that's their idea: is if we wait long enough, these guys are going to blockbuster themselves out of business, and we won't have to pay a dime.
Well, that could be actually a totally legitimate strategy, right? I mean, Microsoft has how many billions in the bank? They can stay in court forever.
Right.
Can these guys?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's actually a really good analogy there, Tico. Well played.
Well, I still have some
Good
blockbuster
job,
stuff
Tico.
in the other room, so that is why.
It's personal experience.
This is
That'll
a
be fun
personal
fact
win.
number 5. Tico still has blockbuster stuff.
Are they games or movies?
They are games.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, they are. They're actually Nintendo 64 games.
Tico literally knows how to play the system.
That's right. I actually orchestrated the whole bankruptcy thing just so I could get out of those late fees.
Tico. All right. Well, let's end the podcast with some more Xbox news. We just found out what the Xbox games with gold are for December, rounding out the year. Tico, what are we getting in December?
Well, hang on, let me pull up the list. So actually, for once, a game that I don't own.
There's a couple in here I don't own, but I also look at this list and think, do I care about these games?
There's also a reason why I don't own them, I think, too. So, Warhammer End Times, whatever Vermintide is coming for the Xbox One.
Before you guys knock that game looks genuinely cool.
What is it, though? What kind of game is it? Is it a Diablo-style game?
No. It's more like, I think it's like Left 4 Dead.
Oh.
In the Warhammer universe.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure.
The rat people, I think that's what.
So do you need other? So it's online only then?
Yeah, it's a 4-player online.
Oh.
Yeah, no, and it's Warhammer, and I like Warhammer, so don't knock it.
Well, I'm going to try it because it's going to be free. So, yay! They are also giving out Telltale's Back to the Future, the game.
I think this is the game that started it all.
This is one of their first ones. It's been remastered. It is a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun. It follows the events of Back to the Future 3. Loosely,
yeah. You get a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, like stuff that you didn't see in the movie. But what's neat about this is the actor playing Marty McFly actually sounds like Michael J. Fox.
So good. It's so good.
I can't believe it's not him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Telltale game. They're fun. I mean, just play it, enjoy it.
I've never finished a Telltale game. That's a Jeff fun fact right there.
I have
never finished a Telltale game.
I actually totally forgot that this was a Telltale game, because in my mind, Walking Dead was the first one, but it actually wasn't. This one was.
Oh, Walking Dead, this one, and then the Jurassic Park one as well.
What? There was a Jurassic Park one?
I don't even know.
There's a Jurassic Park, the game, Telltale game as well.
I have no idea.
360 game.
Can I be honest with you guys?
No.
I hate Jurassic Park. I am the world's smallest or biggest hater of all the Jurassic Park films.
All of them.
I don't like
all of them.
I don't like
Even
any
the
of them.
first one. What about the book? Have you read the book?
No, of course I haven't read the book.
Why would
I read the book? Dinosaurs are dumb. They're not even real. Did you know that?
So this is a problem with Jeff.
They never existed. Is that what you're saying?
They never existed.
Let me guess. The Earth is also flat.
No, there was just no dinosaurs. Don't be stupid, Sean. I know the world's not flat.
No, because if the world was flat, that's what happened to dinosaurs. They just walked off the edge.
They walked off.
What other games are coming?
Oh yeah, we're still talking. For the 360, Child of Eden.
How are they doing this? This was a Kinect game.
It was, but you could play.
Click
it
on
was
that
a
link
Kinect
because it gives me a warning.
So it was a Kinect compatible game, but could be played with the controller as well.
Right. It's a rhythm game created by the
rhythm game where like the whole idea was to play with the Kinect, where you would move and blast random things to make musical sounds. It's from the creator of Rez.
Yeah. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty fun.
You didn't have to demo that as a Microsoft rep at like 4 billion stores with a really janky Kinect system that didn't work really well in large open environments. So,
do you have film of that? I'd like to see film of that.
No.
No?
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think there's film of that. But we had to demo this thing. Like we had to like set up in malls and demo this thing, and it did not. Well, you try set up a Connect game in the mall where somebody's playing, and they didn't think about it to block off the area behind where people were playing.
Exactly.
So like, oh, what's going on over there? And randomly walking through.
Connect gets confused.
Ruining demos left, right, and center. So, anyways, that's my thoughts on that game. Play it with the controller. Maybe it's fun. Who knows? And then a game called Marlow Briggs.
And the Mask of Death.
And the Mask of Death. It was an
Never heard of it.
Xbox 360 arcade title at some point. I have never heard of this either.
It's a hack and slash adventure. Button masher, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. A little bit of a lackluster end of the year,
Yeah.
Games with gold there. I don't know what's coming yet for PlayStation Plus. We haven't heard. Probably won't hear till next week.
No, I mean, I will download Warhammer because it will be free, and I will give it a try because Jeff has said to give it a try, and so clearly cool. The dinosaur hater has,
Not hater. I said they were dumb and didn't exist.
How do you say dinosaurs didn't exist?
They didn't.
Have you never been to a museum?
No.
Okay, so that's...
There is...
All right. So
dude,
everybody out there, listen.
There is a natural museum in Ottawa that he's been... I've been to it with him. Don't tell me you've
Everybody send Jeff a dinosaur bone.
Dinosaurs aren't real. It's the government cover-up.
What are they covering up?
Dinosaurs, obviously.
So what about the moon landing? Is that a government cover-up too?
Obviously, we've gone to the moon, but there's no dinosaurs there either, Sean.
But what's the end game for covering up dinosaurs?
Well, that's what we need to find out now, isn't it? God. You guys are so just under the government's thumb, aren't you?
I am Ziantane, and that is Xiantayne. You can follow me everywhere under that name. And, of course, the show on Twitter is the OMG Hour.
And I'm Jeff.
You
can follow me on Twitter at Sinix, that's SINNIX, and I'll be giving away lots more Tico fun facts all week.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place for all your dinosaur trivia needs, because they exist.
Trivia number 1, they don't exist.
That's not trivia. That's false facts.
Trivia also doesn't exist.
Fake news.
Fake news. All right, show notes you can get on omgnexus.com, and you can follow this show on Twitter at omgnexus. And then there's another page here that's sort of separated, which I didn't notice until just now. So you should also like, subscribe, and comment on everything you love about dinosaurs.
That's right. All right, thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be back again next week.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.